Well, hello everybody. We've made this little film to show you all the new functionalities of our platform Artirev, which will be available to all from beginning of January 2025. More particularly, we would like to show you what Socrates, you can see the little um, avatar of Socrates here, what this new functionality can bring to Artirev users to help them in their literature reviews, scientific literature reviews, of course, and documentary searches. Of course, you start by entering your keyword. Here, for example, we could look for artificial intelligence, and we could ask Socrates to look for synonyms in the management field for artificial intelligence. So we could click on machine learning, perhaps deep learning. You could add any of the other synonyms that you'd like. It will take them into considerations. And then you might wish to add another keyword. We have Boolean operators and or. Well, I would choose and for this instance and this example. And I will add, for example, ethics. I won't look for synonyms for ethics. And then I will ask Artirev to look for all scientific texts that include those two terms, artificial intelligence or any of the synonyms that I've chosen, and ethics in their metadata. Now, Artirev has found 136 documents which are highlighted on the screen. You can see we have a star system that gives you the ranking of the journals in which each article is published. Of course, a 1-star or 2-star journal would be less well ranked than the 5-star journal. The ranking is based on European rankings. You can decide that you mightn't want some of these articles to be part of the analysis that are being made, so you just cross them out by clicking on the little eye there. Okay. Of course, to check if the articles are suitable for your research, you can click on abstract for those that are available. That might help you decide whether you want or not this article, or you can access the article directly by clicking on this link when it is made available at the editor, at the publisher. Once you have finalized your search and you know that all these articles are suitable for your search, you click on validate, and Artirev will start analyzing these texts with the help of Socrates. Once it takes a few seconds. Once the analysis is finished, the software will let you know that it's going to highlight the results on your screen. Now you can see here, display is being prepared. Now you have the results on your screen. You have your query, the details of your query at the top of the screen. As previously in Artirev, you have two sets of results. The current research teams, by default, it is the parameters of the software would propose the last 6 years. I will show you in a few minutes how to change those parameters. And that's the current field of research, the current elements, the current research team that are there in this research field with the most impactful texts. And you will have also the past of the field, the text, the seminal text that you must know and understand to lead your own documentary search. Now let's have a look what you can have with those. Of course, you can change the size of the text. The little circles on this map represent texts. We call them nodes. When you click on a node, you have the details of the text here. You can click on the URL to look for it. You have the abstract. Now here you have four research themes highlighted by the four colors on the map. You have two different types of map, the star map and the network map. In the network map, if you want to highlight the text with the most commonalities to help you analyze your set of text better, you can do it. You can also but by default we put 2 as the minimum commonality. You can also change the mapping itself if you wish. I will stay on the star map because it is usually the one preferred by our users. Now, what does Socrates add to Artirev results? Now you can see here there's a new diagram which is called the tree map chart, which summarizes the map. You have 22 documents in the first cluster. If you click on this cluster, Socrates will give you his analysis of your results. He will give you a summary of this group of texts, with the main theme being artificial intelligence and ethics in business. It will provide sub-themes within this cluster of texts with the relevant citations, and it will give you as well a set of citations that belong to this cluster but do not belong to any of those sub-themes. Now you can do that for each cluster. Here you have ethical implications of artificial intelligence. You have in the blue cluster artificial intelligence and human resources, and in the purple cluster artificial intelligence in education. Now these four clusters of text summarize for you the main research themes with the most impactful recent research. Now Artirev will give you other elements that would be important for you. Now, for example, if you go back to the first cluster, beside Socrates' result, Artirev will provide you with suggested readings and will give you some relevant information. For example, here you have a 2019 text that has been cited 944 times, but the raw citation count is not sufficient because they are by default we look for the last 6 years and they are recent texts. So it is important to normalize the citation counts. You can see that this text, not only is it cited 944 times, it is cited 6 times more than the average of citations of texts published the same year in the database. You have word clouds, which are dynamic. You may remove, if you wish, some of these words if they don't interest you. For example, technologies, as we're talking about artificial intelligence, it mightn't be relevant to help you summarize the cluster. Here you can see it has reorganized the remaining words. You have the same set of parameters you had before in Artirev. You can also change the fundamental parameters, the default parameters of that the software proposes. Now, by default, as I explained, we take the 2019 to 2025, the text published during this lapse of time. But you may wish to take, for example, text published in the last 3 years. Then you click on Calculate to redo the full analysis, or you might wish to choose a longer scope, bigger scope, for example, 2010 to 2025. It goes up to 2025 because, as you know, scientific articles published at the end of 2024 online will have the 2025 year, the official year as being 2025, because they will be published officially on paper in 2025, even though pre-press the pre-press stage of these articles will be available from 2024, which is why we take into consideration 2025. Now, very important, beside seeing on the screen Socrates' results and beyond the usual Artirev's results, which you obtain here by downloading here the files, you can now download Socrates' results. I will show you what that provides you with. Now, if you look inside this file, you will have, beside the full map, you will obtain the skeleton of your literature review with all results for each cluster of texts that you saw on the screen, which could be very important to help you conduct your literature review. And the same for the schools of thought. You have all the seminal text, you have the mapping here, and then you have the skeleton of your literature review. Of course, it won't stop you having to read those texts, but we started from over 130 texts, and now between Artirev and Socrates, you have a skeleton of your literature review, you have themes and sub-themes, you have seminal texts and schools of thought, and we have reduced the 130 something texts to less than 20 or 25 texts that you have to read. So now I hope this will help many of you in their document research and their literature reviews, or even will help professors prepare their classes, or even practitioners prepare some projects that they might have to get involved in on subjects that they don't fully master. And do not hesitate to contact us. Our website is www.scanlit.com, and you may contact us at the following email address: contact@scanlit.com. Thank you very much for listening, and do not hesitate to contact us.